Welcome back to another episode of the Silly Little Girls Club podcast. I am so excited to intro my guest today, who is a longtime friend of mine, Tanya Burr. Tanya is an incredible influencer, actress, mother, and UNHCR goodwill ambassador. And the conversations that we're going to be having today are all around how she's balancing all of these incredible things with being a mum, returning to YouTube, and just being an all-round inspiring woman. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
I literally couldn't do a podcast and not have you on here.
Aww.
Like, honestly, I feel like we've been friends for such a long time, and the whole point of this podcast, Silly Little Girls Club, is to have conversations with inspiring women, and you, for me, are one of those. Like,
you, for me, are one of those. I feel like because Sam and I are always having conversations about how stressful life is and trying to run businesses, and we can just totally relate to each other.
I think every time we see each other, it's like, right, let's have a brainstorm what we're doing, and like, what do you think to this, and how is this going?
Yeah, and I feel like we push each other as well.
Yeah, I feel like watching like what you do and how things have really like grown and changed for you in like the decade that we've known each other. It just keeps pushing me. And I don't know if you know this, but you were the person that said to me like 9 years ago, I think it was, Sam, why aren't you posting your work on Instagram? And that's when I started posting it, when I didn't even have salons, and that's what grew it. And I feel like you telling me to do that really catapulted the whole thing.
Well, right. I think it's all your hard work's catapulted the whole thing. But I definitely have always thought you need to be showing off what you're doing, because Sam was doing my hair from, how long have you been doing my hair? For over 10 years.
Over. Yeah. I first got sent to you because I was working at a salon at the time. I just moved to London. Yeah. And the guy that I was working for just didn't want to go. And I was like, I will go, because obviously, you know, I was a young girl. I knew what YouTube was, and I knew I'd been seeing all like the YouTubers pop up and your name, and then I was like, oh my god. And then when we just met, that was it.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. So, I mean, going back to like those early days with YouTube and stuff like that, I mean, I know you shared this story many times with people, but I think it's such an amazing thing to you started on a beauty counter, didn't you? And then
yes.
What happened? How did that all come about?
So it all began in 2009 when the sisters of my boyfriend at the time had started posting makeup videos on YouTube, and I was kind of in that stage where I had a place at university to study English, but I deferred a year, wanted to go travelling, and just didn't really know what I wanted to do. And they said, you should upload some videos on YouTube and just see what you think of it. And it's kind of a nice creative outlet. It's a nice hobby to have. And I just loved the whole process from when I made the first video, the filming. They taught me how to edit on iMovie.
Oh, amazing.
And I didn't even have my own laptop. I was using my boyfriend's laptop. And I would just film a video, edit it, and it was quite simple to edit back in the day. There was no kind of fancy editing or anything. And then the uploading, and then people just... I think it was very much right place, right time with me. There was not that many people making content on YouTube, especially beauty and fashion content.
Yeah.
And I would just... very quickly, I kind of transitioned from just makeup tutorials to kind of just talking about things that I liked. Yeah. And it was when I was watching a lot of American YouTubers, and they were all doing hauls.
Oh, okay, and
that's an American term for
shopping loads.
When you're shopping loads, basically. And I was working part-time in Topshop. I ended up having to come off the makeup counters because they didn't like it that I was doing YouTube
Seriously?
videos. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I won't name any names, but
what didn't they like about it?
Me talking about brands that I wasn't selling on a Saturday in the shop, you know?
Wow. Oh my God, that's crazy.
So I ended up working at Topshop because they were really chilled about the
Topshop was so
YouTube
cool.
stuff.
Like, I always remember the girls that worked at Topshop when I was younger. I was like, the cool girls worked at Topshop.
Emma and I were talking about it the other day because we both worked at Topshop.
Oh my God.
And there was this girl there who was the personal shopper. So she had her own room that she used to book appointments in, and we thought that she was the coolest.
Yeah.
Cool. And that she dressed so well, and we just wanted to wear everything that she was wearing. And I think that also helped me kind of start into fashion as well. I know it sounds so silly just working in Topshop, but just having that girl as my inspiration. Her name is Charlie.
Oh, I mean, that's even a cool name,
Yeah,
isn't
she
it?
was very cool. She now owns a really cool tea shop in Norwich.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love that. There's something really cool about personal shoppers. I always think, like, you know, when you, like, on this, you know, when people play The Sims or whatever, and it's like, oh, I could be a personal shopper.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And so I used to just spend all of my wages on either camera equipment and lighting for YouTube or clothes in Topshop, because when I was working at Topshop, all I did was go shopping all day.
Yeah, because you got discount as well.
They were like, please can you tidy the rails? And I'd be like, oh, this is nice, this is nice. The discount really wasn't that great either.
Did they not give you a uniform?
Discount for uniforms. They didn't give you uniform. It was just kind of a discount.
I feel that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I feel like now, fast forward, what I probably would have done if I ever worked in Topshop would, like, on my lunch break, do the try-on hauls in the changing rooms.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea.
Then you wouldn't have to buy it.
I used to do a series called Outfit of the Day.
Yeah.
And now Outfit of the Day is a huge, huge thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I started Outfit of the Day, by the way, but I used to just, I think I copied an American YouTuber who did that. I don't remember her name now. But she would show her outfit every day, and I thought, well, now I'm working at Topshop and I'm so stylish.
I can show outfit
I need to show my outfit every day.
Oh my gosh.
And I used to film it. That I didn't even know what a tripod was, so I used to just put the laptop on a bench in the garden. And then I used to have to stand so far away from it that you couldn't hear what I was saying because I didn't know about microphones. And also the laptop was dying, so it used to make a crazy, like, fan.
Why are you trying to do your OOTD?
And 80% of my comments at the time were, what is this annoying noise? Why can't you get a camera?
Because I'm working at Topshop, spending all my money on clothes,
I was like, guys, I can't afford a camera. I'm also saving to go travelling. And then, and so... Yeah, I used to just say, they used to be 40 seconds long. Can you imagine me uploading now a 40-second long YouTube video?
No.
And it was just me saying, this is what I'm wearing today. And I'm now going into work.
And then that was, like, even before shorts were a thing then, right? Because, like, YouTube shorts, you can do that now. Yeah. So, but you were just there, 40 seconds in the garden with a noisy laptop.
Yeah, exactly.
I literally love that.
And then when I went travelling, I pre-recorded about 40 videos so that I could still have I used to do 3 YouTube videos a week, and my friend Kate was at university and she uploaded them all for me whilst I was away.
Oh my God.
Because scheduling wasn't a thing then.
No.
You just had to upload.
That, you know what though, that's so preemptive, and I think that consistency and that things that people still struggle with now, you were doing in, like, 2010.
Yeah, I was like, I can't go travelling for 3 months and not have any YouTube videos go up.
But would you not have just vlogged your travelling as well, or not?
I don't know where I would have uploaded it because Wi-Fi and stuff
was a thing.
I wasn't staying in hotels. I was staying in kind of huts and lodges and stuff. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny, isn't it?
And I remember I used to go to an internet cafe. I would have had a phone, but it wouldn't have been a smartphone. No, it wouldn't have been then, would it? Yeah. So I remember going to an internet cafe just to see what video Kate had uploaded for me.
Oh my, did she, which one she'd pick?
Yeah.
She'd be like, Kate, this one is wrong. Like, that's so funny. The caption, just something really rogue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of trust to find. We know Kate's amazing.
She's very trustworthy. Yeah. Even when she was 18 at university and probably going out 5 nights a week, she was still getting those YouTube
uploaded. That's so funny. Yeah, and without scheduling and stuff like that, it's crazy. But I mean, you did that for quite a few years, didn't you? Like that YouTube.
I did almost 10 years of uploading to YouTube at least once a week. And a lot of the time it was multiple times a week.
And that's it. And then, like, you know, in that 10 years, that was such like a fundamental time for any woman growing up and stuff like that in your age group. And that you're growing
in my 20s.
Yeah. And you put like, you're basically growing up in front of people and stuff, which is crazy. I mean, that you developed such an amazing community online. I think when you stopped posting, there was that you came off YouTube for a little bit because we were pursuing acting, which was incredible. Yeah. And I was like, actress Tanya is my favourite. I'm just like, yes. And it's like that whole thing of like, how did you deal with that kind of like scrutiny about like
It was
your 20s?
really hard. Now I'm absolutely fine with any kind of scrutiny. I just don't. I think you grow a thick skin naturally over time. But when I was in my early 20s in particular, I found it really, really hard because I wasn't ever. I mean, of course, I got the odd mean comment as everyone does at school.
Yeah.
But I'd never been bullied at school, and how it felt with the scrutiny online when everything grew and became, lots of hype around YouTubers.
Yeah.
I did find that really difficult, especially the scrutiny around my image or the way I was. And I think I was just finding myself. And also, I went through so many different types of the way I was online, because also you're trying to please the audience as well. And it's like, oh, well, this is what people want you to be. Or, and now I feel like I can just be fully myself and just not care. And just understand that not everyone is going to like you. You're not ever going to be everyone's cup of tea, but you don't need to try and be something that you're not anymore.
No,
and
I love that.
I feel like having a good break from YouTube allowed me to have that freedom to just completely be myself.
Yeah, and explore, like, who you are. Because when you're growing up and like you're posting online and you're, like you say, you're doing maybe what you think people want, it's not always you, is it? I guess in a way, you're not sharing you.
Exactly. And I think that it just got to a point, and I had things going on in my personal life that just meant that my life just wasn't vloggable at that time.
Yeah.
And also I'd done 10 years. I was starting to feel like I just needed a break. I needed, and also, so it wasn't necessarily, well, it definitely wasn't that because of pursuing acting I quit YouTube. It was more just that they kind of went in time together, that I was getting a lot busier. And on the acting front, I was doing a play. I did 2 films directly after the play, and then my personal life was all going on. And so I just thought, you know what, now's a good time for me to focus on Instagram as my online platform. And then I had all the other stuff going on. And it was really good for me, I think, to have I had 5 years.
Oh, was it really?
5 years.
Oh my gosh, that went quickly. I mean, a lot. Yeah,
a
I mean, you've done a lot in that time.
I've had a baby in that time.
Yeah,
so,
baby stage.
And I think it worked out perfectly. Yeah. I was thinking about coming back for about a year. And I just missed it. It was lovely to get to the point that I missed it. It's like how people always say that you should leave a party before you leave it on the high, right? So leave whilst you're having fun. Don't wait until you're thinking, oh my God, where's my taxi? Or
you're doing it, I've got to stay because I promised so-and-so I'd stay. And like,
it's always best to leave on a high. And then be wanting to come back.
Yeah.
And I think that I was so distracted with everything else going on in my life. It was... lots going on. I was doing all the acting stuff, and then COVID hit, which was such a shame. So it kind of just made all of that kind of just die for me for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I met Dan, and then I was quite distracted with all that side of my life. And then I had a baby, and I've never quite managed to get back in. There just hasn't been time for me to get back into all the acting stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that for me, I would love to have a second baby at some point. Yeah. And then I think once that second baby is in nursery, I would love to start getting back into the acting stuff.
Because it's such a passion for you.
Yeah.
Like, when you're doing your acting, like when you're doing the castings and when you're filming and I see you, like, in between all of these things happening, you're just like so happy. And I love that.
It made me so happy. And actually working on, sorry, I feel like we're going all over the place with conversations.
I've got
verbal diarrhea. But at the moment, I've been renovating our new house. That's and I saw my friend Maddie at the weekend, and she said, "I think you've loved doing the house renovations so much because there's a comparison here to be made with making a film. In terms of the collaboration and the, everyone working towards this one end goal and making something, creating together." And because I was saying how much I've just loved having a house full of builders, and we're just so busy, and it's a bit.
I think you're on your own, like in that. I remember having builders, and I'm like, get out of my house.
I just love the intensity and the collaborative process,
and then building
something together. And I just loved making. The favourite film that I made was Venice at Dawn, where I produced on it as well as being in it, because I got to, it's those hectic long days working into the evening and everyone just being so focused and on this end goal, and then having something to show for it at the end that you're really proud of.
Yeah, I think that is the comparison. Actually, when you say it like that, you're like, actually, yeah, that does make complete sense.
Yeah,
like that collaborative spirit and like having like that energy and that buzz around you. I mean, I've never made a film, so
it's just so exciting, and I think I will definitely go back to it at some point.
Yeah. Do you think you go more down stay towards like the screen, or would you like to do another play?
I'd love to do another play. I would absolutely love to. And I have friends who are actors and we talk about it all the time, but I just don't have the space in my life right now with a little one.
No, because what Sage is just turned 2.
Yeah.
Like, and so that is a full-time job. I honestly don't know how you're managing to balance it all, and that is something I would really love to touch on. It's like, obviously, Instagram, you're always like showing up there and really working hard, and I think that's like I love following you, honestly. And then YouTube, and then mum life, and how are you fitting all this in?
It's the first year of having Sage. It was just, I honestly think I barely worked. I just worked when I had to. And then now he goes to nursery a few days a week, so I get to come and do stuff like this and make YouTube videos and do my, work with brands and take meetings. And I feel like I have a bit more of a work-life balance now, but it's always hard. And being a parent, it's like, I mean, last night he slept for 12 and a half hours.
Oh my gosh.
Which was amazing.
That's unheard of.
But there's so many times where he's up and in my bed from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and I'm just like, oh my God, I have to work tomorrow. and it's very, very full on. It's the most full-time job you'll ever do, having a baby, because it doesn't stop. Like, even now he's just always there in the back of my mind, even though he's in nursery this morning.
What if my phone rings, what if this happens? I get it.
Well, currently my phone's on airplane mode because we're doing this, but Dan's
phone can ring.
Dan's phone is on that, so if nursery ring, they're going to be ringing Dan, and also he's at home, so he can run and collect him at any moment.
Perfect.
But it's just that it's the constant responsibility being a parent, and also I get mum guilt. Really, really bad.
I think that's super common. I hear that all the time with like clients when I'm doing it, and it's like a totally normal thing. What is it is there anything specific that makes you feel that proper mum guilt?
I think just me having and because I enjoy my work as well, feeling like I'm doing something that I enjoy, that obviously is essential because we need for me to work and for Dan to work to be able to live our life and pay the bills. And we need to have us both working, so he has to go to nursery. But I think when I'm enjoying my work, I just think I feel bad.
Yeah. Gosh, isn't that so funny?
It's
I
really
hear that a lot. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Like, to have that, because again, rationally in your mind that there's nothing to be guilty about, but you can't help but feel it.
But I think in terms of, you and I talk about balance a lot, and this applies to everyone, not just parents, but I think that giving yourself fully to whatever you're doing in that moment is the best thing that you can do. So when I have time in the week where it's just Sage and I, because Dan's job is completely full-time, Monday to Friday, and when I have those times with him and those days, or sometimes we do mornings and afternoons or whatever, I make sure that I'm fully committed to him. So I'm really strict, and I tell my management, if you text me and it's a time where he's not in nursery, it's my morning or my afternoon with him and that kind of thing, or a whole day with him, I don't respond to work messages, I don't check my emails, I don't go on my phone at all other than to take a cute photo.
Obviously, because he's literally the cutest thing in the whole world.
I just fully, when it's my time with him, I fully give myself to him, and the same goes for the weekends as well. And sometimes, like, Dan will say to me, oh, we could, I don't mind filming stuff for you and helping you shoot some stuff on the weekend. And I just said, it's really kind, but for me, I like to just be switched off and just not have to put any makeup on and just fully immerse myself in family time.
Finding balance like that, and if you can set boundaries, I feel like boundaries are something that are so vital to a happy life. Is that something that you learned the hard way, putting in boundaries?
Yes, absolutely. And that was kind of in the heyday of my YouTube career, and when all of that was very full on and traveling the world and with lots of other YouTubers, and we just never took a break. Weekends didn't exist. Evenings didn't exist. Whereas I think actually having a baby in some ways makes it easier.
Yeah.
Because you're forced to...
You don't have a choice.
Take a break.
Like, yeah.
Because, I mean, I know some people do work around their children, but I really don't like to do that. I just never want to be... I never want him to be saying mummy and for me to be saying, hold on a minute, I'm just doing this, and looking at my phone, because that immediately shows him that my phone is more important than him.
Yeah.
And I never want him to feel that. And so I just always make sure that when I'm with him, I'm fully his.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll be sat on the sofa drinking a cup of tea and he'll say, Mummy, come over here. And I'm thinking, I really want to sit on the sofa and drink my tea, but I'll always come and just be wherever he wants me to be. You know?
You come here. Why don't you come here?
Yeah.
I love that. And then I suppose the boundaries and balance that you've found now as well in what you share, that's amazing.
I feel like having the break was amazing for that, because I could come back and... one, be completely authentically me and just kind of unashamedly just be myself, and if people wanted to watch they could, and if they didn't, they don't have to, kind of thing. And not care about anything that's said online. I also don't read anything that's said negative online anymore, whereas I think back in the day I definitely would have Googled myself. And
well, I mean, that's just normal, I think, when you're growing up and it's new to you, and now you just know how damaging that can be to you. It's just like, just turn off from it. And I think that is a real lesson for other people to learn.
And I just choose, I don't share. Dan doesn't wish to be online or famous in any way, and so he's a private person, and I choose to keep Sage completely private. I mean, I share things like what we get up to together at the weekend as a family, but I don't share Dan and Sage's faces, and I think that just makes me feel really safe and comfortable. And you know, it's a business at the end of the day, even though for me it does still feel like a hobby.
It's a passion.
I love my job. I love it. I get excited every time I upload a YouTube video.
Oh, I love that.
I get so excited.
Oh, it's so nice having you back on that platform, because I love like getting a cup of tea, catching up. Because one thing I know it's quite a random thing, but you know, when your friends do YouTube, you can catch up with them without having to bother them.
I love it. Like with Zoe.
Yeah.
Do you watch all her vlogs and Alfie's?
All the time. Because then I know exactly what's going on, and you just feel like, oh, it's cool. Like, and then when you see them again, it's like, oh, I saw you do that, and it's amazing.
But apart from when they do something like Vlogust and then they don't vlog for a month.
Yeah, I'm like a bit withdrawal symptoms.
I'm like, what's going on?
Like, text you okay?
Zoe and I had a voice note back and forth. I just find voice notes such an easy way to catch up with friends, because no one's always kind of free at the same time to do an hour-long phone call, but we did an hour's worth of voice notes back and forth with each other the other day, just kind of over the space of about 4 hours. So it's just whenever the other one was free, we would send like a 10-minute long.
I think everybody does that. So when you have those friends that send you a 25-minute voice note,
that's Zoe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
She's
like, you might have to ×2 this.
Oh my God. Even like sometimes if my friend does that and I see it, I'm like, I'm just going to ring you. I am actually just going to ring you, because it's going to be so much quicker.
I would be so annoyed if I'd sent that and then you rung me in the day.
Because you spent 25 minutes recording.
I'll often voice note Dan in the day, and then when he calls me on his lunch break, if he's in the studio at work, I'll be like, have you listened to all my voice notes? And he's like, no, I haven't. I just thought I'd just ring you. I'm like, listen to them all and then call me back.
Oh, I'm down in that situation, just ringing up, because I just sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I can't cope with voice notes. But again, I do see when you're catching up with friends, it's so nice, that interactiveness. It's just, I love that.
And then also about balance, I feel like I have so much to say on balance.
Yeah.
I think managing your diary as kind of not necessarily a whole month, but at least a 2-week period is so important. Not just if something comes up and someone says, oh, can you do this? I get invited to a lot of work dinners, and they are important for kind of showing up for a brand.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you're contracted to be at a dinner, but sometimes even if it's not that you're contracted to be there, it's important to kind of bond with a brand or show face. And if I'm working with them, I think it's nice to attend their dinner that they're throwing or hosting or whatever. But I never just look, oh, am I free on that Wednesday evening?
Right.
I'll look and see how many dinners have I already committed to.
So you're looking like long term, like 2-week blocks. So you're not oversubscribing.
Yeah. And at the moment, life has just been chaos with renovating the new house since August, moving into it 3 weeks ago.
Bit too early, maybe.
Too early. We didn't have a fridge. And Sage woke up at 5 a.m. the morning after we had our first sleep there. I literally had to delivery him milk. There were no shops open. But luckily there was somewhere on delivery that was open, so I could deliver milk.
The beauty of living in London, isn't it, that? I mean...
Yeah. It was just, it's been mayhem, and it's also the busiest time of the year, Q4.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have oversubscribed myself. So after this podcast, I'm going to have to take a look at my diary for the next 2 weeks and think, what can I cancel? And I hate letting people down, but I can't be out every night of the week.
No, of course you
I
can't.
like to put Sage to bed every single night.
Yeah, that's important.
And that's my thing. I'm always on bedtime duty because Dan is often, if he's in the office, he might not be home until Sage has gone to sleep. Yeah. So,
and you're at a very different point in your life now to where you were like the early days when there wasn't those commitments, and you know, actually going out to everything was like, you know, that was the done thing.
Yeah.
But now I think being selective, and I think that's something that you do really, really well, is like you align with what works for you as well. And I just love how you actually just really sure in what you want, and I think that's really inspiring.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have the brain space to be as sure as I have been in the past on what I want to do and stuff. I feel like you need to have those days. I feel like you're really good at this planning, and you'll suddenly say to me, oh, I'm doing this and I'm opening a studio here and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm like, where do you have the time to plan all of this?
Time blocking. I'm a calendar time blocker.
That's so good.
Like,
I have put into my week, so I'll have days where I'm kind of in town doing meetings, or I'm doing a shoot, or I'm doing this kind of thing. And then I'll have days where I'm shooting for brands at home at the house, which I do love because it feels quite cozy and chilled.
Easy as well.
And I just get a photographer to come over to me, and we'll get through kind of 3 jobs in a day or something.
See, that's proficient. Like, I like that.
Yeah. But then I also need to have time that I just call laptop time. Where I'm just getting through, even like personal to-do lists.
Just crunching through it.
Family
like
to-do lists.
Every time you come and have your hair done, you sit and make a to-do list.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and then you sit and like, I can get so much done in this 3 hours of having my hair done. And it's just like...
And Sam will say to me, do the job that you want to do the least first.
Now.
Or she's like, that could be a 5-minute job. Do it now.
Yeah.
And Sam will help me get through my to-do list. Remember when I used to like to write it out on paper?
Yeah.
I feel like I did that here.
You do it all the time. I literally, like, if you've got a pen and paper, I'm like, here you go.
Sounds like you've got your phone.
Yeah.
You've got an iPhone here.
But sometimes there's nothing better than like crossing something off.
Yeah.
My to-do list is a pen and paper situation.
Is it?
Like, I have a book, and it's like, and I do it like this time blocking method that it's like quick tasks, like longer tasks, and then projects, and then I allocate time to each of those.
So good.
But it has to be like, I mean, I honestly don't know how you do it with having Sage and all of these other things, because like I don't have a kid, and I'm like what am I gonna do if and when that happens? Because like time is crazy.
Time just flies by. And at the moment I'm thinking, I'm just worried that it's going to be Christmas and I won't have taken Sage for any cute Christmas things.
That's
and done
definitely
things
not
like
gonna happen.
that.
I feel like you always plan as well, like really good at like planning your holidays and your weekend breaks and stuff like that to make sure they're in. It's
but
so
I need
good.
to find time in the week at the moment where I just can sit on my laptop even for an hour and just plan us some cute stuff to do as a family.
Yeah, there's so much cute stuff to do, isn't there? Now he's like 2.
Yeah.
It's like he's getting to that age where everything is super amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and so rewarding.
And he's so excited by things. We had his birthday party on Saturday, but he was a bit overwhelmed in the beginning. But then he did enjoy it by the end. And it was literally only family and like 3 friends and a couple of children.
But all the attention is on him, though, at that point.
And also it started when he'd just woken up from his nap. So I think he was a little bit like, oh, whoa. Can you imagine waking up for a nap and suddenly it's a party?
Like, I mean, I definitely think I would definitely be freaking out the same.
Yeah.
Like, bless him. It's so
But then when he was
cute.
going to bed after his party, he was talking all about it and saying, party, cake. And he's got a little friend who was talking about his friend. And...
Oh my God, he's just the cutest. Like, I love seeing all the little videos of him. I think it makes me laugh because I feel like, obviously with your boundaries and stuff, I feel like this Sage is going to have more videos of the back of his head than any kid.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's so good. But I love the fact that you keep everything private and separate. I think it's, you know, finding that confidence to actually just be like, this is how I'm doing it, like it or don't like it.
And people seem to, the only feedback I've had has been positive. Actually, there was one person commented, I think maybe on a YouTube recently, saying, I need to see his face. But then loads of other people commented being like, no, we love that she doesn't show his face and keeps him
Because
private.
people understand. I think that community that you'd grown for 10 years was still there waiting for you to come back. But everyone's 5 years older now as well. Like,
exactly.
So everyone understands.
Everyone, it's really interesting. If ever I get stopped in the street now, it's always by people our age, which is so nice.
Oh, I love
and it's
that.
people saying, I've grown up with you.
But it's so true,
lovely.
isn't it? And that's like, not many people have that connection, especially, you know, in that whole, I hate using the word influencer, like, era now that we're in. People just haven't got that community, and like, they just don't spend time nurturing it.
Exactly. Or even if they want to, it's so hard to build a community now because everything is so fast paced that you don't really connect with people for that long, which is one of the reasons why I really missed YouTube and wanted to come back to it, because I wanted to have that place that felt like mine.
Yeah.
And I feel like my YouTube channel feels like my space, whereas my Instagram, I just know that people are just flicking through it in seconds.
Yeah.
Whereas if you choose to watch a YouTube video, you know, that's a decision. It's like sitting down saying, let's watch Rivals tonight.
Yeah.
Have you watched Rivals?
Not yet, no, but I feel like
so good.
I keep seeing loads of things about, is it Emily Attack stripping off for it or something like that? It's been quite controversial, so I'm like, I'm kind of wanting to watch it.
It's really, really good. It's very raunchy.
Okay.
It's basically soft porn.
So like Bridgerton Mark II, but maybe not like period drama.
Yeah,
fine.
Exactly.
I'm down.
It's perfect, and it's just fun. It's 80s.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit silly, but.
Well, I've got a 8-hour flight to Dubai tonight, so I might download a few episodes and watch that. That'll be good.
You need a Disney account though.
I've got Disney.
Oh, you do?
Don't, Greg, if you're listening, I don't have Disney. I definitely have all of the subscriptions.
I have my sister's logins.
Oh, that's good. I literally have all of them, and Greg's like, you need to get rid of some subscriptions. So I'm like, I work hard. I want to be able to watch what I want to watch.
You need to have all the subscriptions.
I've got literally. I don't know why I pay for Paramount Plus, like, because I
did cancel that.
Yeah, I need to.
I'm just so willy nilly with subscriptions. I'll be like, I want to watch this TV show. They'll be like, you need Hey You, and I'm like, what's
I'll get Hey You. Yeah, it's like I think I have Hey You as well. Oh my god, I'm literally feeling like I need to go back and do that. But I only got Paramount Plus for Yellowstone. And then
that's what I did, I think.
Oh, okay, fine.
And then I think I found it too. Was that the one that was a bit scary?
No, it was the cowboy one with Kevin Costner.
Oh, right. I'm thinking Yellow Jackets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that one might have been scary.
It was a bit
scary. Yeah, no, that's not for me. No. I was literally watching like people ride around on ponies, like, and Kevin Costner just be all like old school, old man dreamy.
That sounds good.
That was good. That was worth a subscription. But anyhow, one thing that we should share is about your fashion content is because it's something that actually has really helped me, like niche down on my, like, makes it easy to getting dresses. I don't know the name of who did it, and you will know because it was the three words. Alison Bornstein.
Yeah, she's American. Mm-hmm. She's incredible. She's a personal stylist. She styled Katie Holmes.
Okay,
and when she had that,
so cool.
You know, the iconic look that went viral of Katie Holmes wearing a matching knit.
Yes.
Yeah. And jeans, just strolling across the street
through New York, just looking epitome of cool.
Yeah. So Alison is the genius behind that, and she created the 3-word method, which I spent about 3 hours in the hairdresser's chair telling you about one day, and now you use it, don't you?
I use it in everything because actually it extends past clothes to interiors as well. So
it can even be about your brand, and your business.
Yeah. So I feel like, to explain what the 3 words is, you probably better than me because I just make up 3 words and then that's kind of what I stick to.
I think what it is trying to find 3 words that describe or epitomise your style, if we're talking about style. So I forget what mine are now.
I feel like we made them up. Like, well, not made them up, but we kind of was like brainstorming, weren't we?
Yeah. I think for me, I would say classic. I think I liked lived in and...
I'm sure elevated.
Maybe elevated or polished or something.
Yeah.
So I would say classic in that I just like very classic things like vintage Levi's or just some jeans and a nice white tee. But lived in would be, I don't like stuff to look too perfect. Yeah. Like you've just got dressed straight out of the shop or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just kind of having slightly kind of messy hair and things like that. And natural was a word that I played around with for a while.
Yeah.
So I like quite natural makeup and natural tones and things. And polished, I guess, today would be having the Kate.
Yeah.
And these are new.
I love these boots. They're so good.
I love the boots. And I find if you find your 3 words, and then every time you get dressed, say, does this align with my 3 words?
It's when you're shopping. That's what really helps me.
Oh, yeah, when you're shopping.
Because I will go rogue when I get in a shop.
You get excited by a random thing.
Yeah. And then I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this? I can imagine
you going to a shop like Ganni, where they have some quite out there items.
Because literally sat in the whole Ganni outfit.
Well, this outfit is epic. Are the boots Ganni?
No, these are from Texas. These are actually like authentic Texan boots.
Yeah.
But because the Ganni ones were so expensive.
Yeah.
But they were nice.
But I feel like we can easily get kind of excited by something that we see and just think,
magpie mode.
My God, this is just so exciting. I need this. But actually, does it align with my 3 words? Will I find a way to wear this on a daily basis?
Or is it just going to go in the wardrobe and then end up on Vinted for half the price that I paid for it?
Yeah.
It's funny because exactly. Well, I'm doing a thrifting event here actually on Sunday, and I'm just going through like the wardrobe purge yesterday. And it is exactly the stuff that doesn't align with the 3 words. Yeah. And I pick it up and I'm like, well, that's still got the tags on it. Like,
your outfit today is so good.
I do like this. This is like, I feel like my
Ganni. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is Ganni. I was just like thinking, because after we spoke with you, my 3 words, I'm always like, right, I want things to look a little bit edgy.
Yeah, we said edgy, didn't we?
But then still a bit luxury. And
I think that's the elevated part.
Elevated. And then it was just comfy. It's like one that I always go for.
Comfortable,
yeah.
I think.
I like to be comfy.
Edgy, comfortable, elevated.
Yeah. Or
edgy, comfortable, polished, I think are good ones for you.
Yeah. But I think as long as they go with that kind of vibe, then you never end up picking something that isn't timeless. So I feel like...
Exactly. I remember for a while I had mine as classic, relaxed and polished.
That's a good one. And that I actually, every time you look at your outfit choices, I can see it. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing when you go back and you scroll through someone's grid and you're like, yeah. And then there's always an outfit that you when you see one, you're like, oh, I'm not sure. And if it doesn't align.
It doesn't align.
This lady is a genius.
She is a genius. And I've used it with the house as well.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, although I haven't quite picked all my words for the house.
But you've got a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of warm, earthy, cozy. Yeah, there's 2 new words I need to narrow down.
But yeah, I feel like that's amazing. And I think, is there any sort of advice that you'd give to any like aspiring girls out there that are looking at what you've built in your career, whether it be acting or like all the social media things? What would you kind of say?
I would say everyone who looks like they have their shit together definitely doesn't. And it's like Sam and I were saying earlier, definitely is crying into a glass of red wine in the evening.
Most nights.
But I think everyone looks like they're doing it all, but if they are, they will be crumbling in one kind of place in their life. And I would say definitely schedule in nights of the week where you're just in reading your book, having a bath, just cozy. I like to have most nights like that. I like to put Sage to bed and then just have a bath, read my book, watch Rivals, have a glass of red wine, chill on the sofa.
That's a sign of us getting older, I think.
Protect your you time and just know that everyone has their battles.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as people online make it look.
No, that's true.
And fake it till you make it. It's another one I quite like.
I do love fake it till you make it.
I love that. Do you remember that Rihanna sound that went
It was
viral?
literally, that was it. And she was like, fake it till you make it.
What did they say? They said, what do you do if you just have a day where you feel crap or something?
Yeah.
And she just...
Fake it.
Yeah.
Like, fake it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what, actually, there's a lot to be said in that, because like, perfect example, coming here to do these podcasts, I don't know why I get so nervous, because I'm literally chatting with friends, but there's like, that pressure that you build up on yourself.
Yeah.
And so when I come in the door, I'm like, right, let's fake it. Let's be like, Sam, you are a confident podcaster.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. And you just fake it until you make it.
Yeah.
And that's
it. There's this really like scientific study that shows if you smile, it makes you feel happy.
Wow.
Did you know that?
It's like,
but it works. And yeah, I think go easy on yourself. Be gentle. Oh, one more thing is... I used to do 3 words before I knew about Alison Bornstein, so not related to fashion. But I used to set my 3 words for the day. And I find that really, really helps me. So I would say, once I'm kind of, if it's a day where I'm working or even if it's a day where it's a me and Sage day, he used to have a morning nap. So I used to do this in his morning nap. I would sit and have a cup of tea on the sofa and just kind of look out of the window and think, what do I want my 3 words to be today? So today I'm just being mum all day. I might need to just have my 3 words as kind, patient, and fun.
Yeah.
And then if I'm having a work day, I always tend to put kind in there. I think it's a really important one to have.
Definitely.
And that kind of involves kind of having patience with people and projects and being kind to yourself and others. So I might have kind, focused, productive.
Yeah.
And I just find setting those in my head.
It's like your intentions for the day.
Setting your intentions, yeah.
That's
I
such
really
good
love that.
advice. Like, I feel like we just got so many words now.
Yeah.
3 words for this, 3 words. It's just the 3-word method. I feel like
3-word method for life.
for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you so much for,
Thank you for
being on the
having me.
podcast.
I feel so honoured to be on your podcast.
Oh my God, I'm honestly honoured that you said yes to doing it. I was like, please be on my podcast. While I have you, it would really help me out if you could just hit follow or subscribe, depending on which platform you're getting your podcast from, and I can keep bringing you these amazing conversations with these incredible guests. And yeah, I will see you next week on the Silly Little Girls Club.